Good morning, folks. Ari here from Direct Auto Outlet in Fair Oaks, California. I've got this gorgeous 1998 Lexus LS400 for you today. This will be a test drive and driving impression video of this vehicle as we get it out on the road, put it through its paces, and take you along with us for the ride so that you can see and hear everything that we see and hear. We do have an in-depth walk-around video of this vehicle as well, where we go through the ins and outs, demonstrate its many functions and features for you. Make sure you catch that video as well. We will be sure to include links to both videos in the description portion of the ad, anywhere you find this vehicle for sale. Just wanted to do a quick walk around of the vehicle just to show you how brilliant the vehicle is. And without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started. $156,851 original miles. Get our seatbelt on here, safety first. Folks, one thing you should know about my background is I am actually a Mercedes-Benz enthusiast, fanatic, and collector. So this is the era that I really like. I at one point had 53 Mercedes-Benz in my personal collection in storage from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. When I met my wife over 20 years ago, she was a Lexus gal, and we always had the argument which one was better, Lexus or Mercedes, and I was stubborn. I was a Mercedes guy through and through. And in my defense, Mercedes-Benz quality really did come down, whereas Toyota/Lexus really did maintain and keep their quality. But, you know, comparing this directly to a 98 Mercedes S-Class, which was what this vehicle was made to compete with, it does some things a whole lot better and some things not as good. First and foremost, the Mercedes S-Class came in several different engine configurations for model year 1998. If we're doing apples to apples comparison, it came with a 6-cylinder option, two 8-cylinder options, a 12-cylinder option, whereas the Lexus only came in a 4-liter V8. This engine is buttery smooth, and if you compared it to the 6 and even the smaller or larger 8-cylinder engine offered in the Mercedes S-Class, I actually prefer this engine a little bit more. Nothing wrong with the Mercedes engine, but even with a smaller displacement, this one still actually has a little bit better get up and go. I'm not sure what the horsepower differences are on paper, but in practical application while driving the vehicle, this one feels like the engine is a little bit more stout. Now, the transmission I prefer on the Mercedes-Benz, and my only complaint about the transmission in these LSs are they're just comfort geared, which means they're designed to shift a little bit early in my taste, and when you're moderately heavy on the throttle, it still likes to shift early, impeding your acceleration and get up and go a little bit. On the Mercedes, you can get it to shift a little bit closer to the red line with not as much feedback on the throttle. This one you really got to put it to the floor to get the transmission to shift more sporty, like, for lack of better terms. So, engine I give to the Lexus, transmission I give to the Mercedes. Ride quality, boy, they just feel so smooth, and that is saying a lot because no car rides like a Mercedes-Benz S-Class. It's like an iceberg. It's got mass. It feels like you're inside a building and the building is moving, and you know what? This vehicle comes as absolute close as possible as I've ever seen to that feeling. This section of road, folks, has a lot of uneven pavement, rough roads, and potholes, and it really puts the suspension through its paces. This vehicle is just handling it like a boss. It is just gliding over these bumps like they never even existed. Some cars I bring on this section of road just rattle and squeak like no one's business. I'm not feeling any clunking or rattling in the suspension. Ride quality is very, very nice, and it is just about as smooth as can be. Vehicle tracks straight, and you also get no vibration on the pedal, chassis, or steering wheel when you apply your brakes. Nothing that would indicate any warpage or damage to the rotors. On the next stretch of road, folks, we'll do a 0 to 60 acceleration run going up a hill, putting maximum load on the vehicle. I won't be giving it full throttle at first. We'll start out at about 50% throttle and go up. But I'm going to pull aside to the side of the road, let some of this traffic pass by so that we have enough room to get to 88 and make it back to the future. I'm just kidding. We don't need to get to 88. All we need to do is get to 60. This is an incline over here, so it'll be kind of unfair conditions, but I kind of wanted to stack the odds against the vehicle and just see how well it does. So again, I'm going to pull across to the side of the road here, get out of the way, let everybody get ahead of me, and then we'll go in just a moment. I'm going to zoom in on the instrument cluster. Folks, this is the fun part. Extremely impressive. This thing is an absolute beast, folks. They just don't make cars like this anymore. This is the LS, which was, you know, this is the second generation of the LS, and this is a car that'll give the German automakers and even the likes of Rolls-Royce or Bentley a run for their money for a lot more affordable price and a lot more reliable package. I would say leather quality on these are not quite as good as the Mercedes-Benz, but you know, and little things like zooming in on this instrument cluster. I know the Toyota version or a Camry did not have this illuminating cluster that goes dark. This was something unique to Lexus, but gosh, if you were to just look at the gauges, the shapes of them, the gear shift indicator, is just very, very similar to what you would find on a Toyota, and I just wish that it would be a little bit more different. But there's nothing Toyota-like, as you know, other than if you consider the reliability, when you experience this vehicle in person and when you drive it. It's just a very, very special vehicle. I also did like the next generation version of this vehicle, but the one after that was just a whole other animal that you know, I didn't quite care for. Not my cup of tea, but I really like the first, second, and third generation of the LS, and these are still slightly underappreciated in the market, and they're just starting to gain appreciation as nicer ones like this, nicer examples, are becoming harder and harder to find. So this thing is an absolute investment. If you purchase this vehicle, take care of it, and you know, you'll find that it's just going to keep going up and up in value because it's a very, very special car and a very historic car. Folks, if you enjoyed this video, please do consider giving us a big ol' thumbs up. Make sure you slam that like button. We'd also love it if you subscribe to our channel. We really are concentrating on growing our YouTube channel. Cannot do it without your help, so please like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification icon to be notified of all of our future videos. For those of you watching from out of state or out of town, we do have affordable nationwide shipping and transport service available, so just give us a call, shoot us an email, send us a text, however you get a hold of us. We'll be happy to get you a quote on what it would take to get this vehicle from our doorstep to yours, so don't be shy. Trade-ins are welcome, extended warranties are available. Boy, vehicles of this era, especially special ones like this, just do something to me. It takes me back to a better time that's come and gone. This type of quality and over-engineering in a vehicle where emphasis is just on driver experience and longevity of the vehicle is something that we're never going to find. Newer vehicles are just overwhelmed with technology and very little joy of driving. Don't get me wrong, they're very safe, they're very comfortable. It's just, this is an experience, is the best way I can put it. Come on down, take it for a test drive. If it's still available, please give us a call and check availability. I do want to take this opportunity to thank you for joining us and investing your valuable time, sticking with us throughout the entirety of this video. I certainly hope to have the opportunity to see and interact with each and every one of you soon. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day. If you have any additional questions, concerns, or comments, get a hold of me. Dial me at area code 916-765-7575 or find us 24/7, 365 days a year on our website at directautooutlet.com. Thanks again, folks. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye now.